Computer. Hi from Hanoi in Vietnam. My name is John Kyo, and welcome to another 10 by 10 series. In this series, I'll speak with 10 experts for 10 minutes on different aspects of digital transformation of the food sector across emerging economies. And today, I'm delighted to have with me Mateja Dermastia from Slovenia. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning, John.
Now, Mateja, the time goes very, very quickly, the 10 minutes that we have together. So in the first minute, can you tell us a little bit about you and also your company?
Okay, so thank you so much to hosting me. I'm director of the company which is called Mateja, which is headquartered in Ljubljana in Slovenia. However, we are active in emerging industry. I would say this is for us circular bioeconomy, very active as a company in Europe and Africa. And what we try to do, is to support the development of circular bioeconomy value chains. To this regard, we do have a lot of tools which can be used manually. We can consult companies and institutions what to do. But I think what is important for these conversations that we have today is our tool, which is called Value Chain Generator. Value Chain Generator is actually a platform which brings together different clusters and about the moment 3 million companies that are devoted, and they will try to transform in the circular bioeconomy value chains by using artificial intelligence and machine learning. So it's the tool was developed as part of one European project a couple of years ago, and the project was called Alplink BioEco. However, project ends, and there is a group from anti-ECG developers and the group of programmers and data scientists from the University of Fribourg in Switzerland, which take initiatives further. So this enables us, that in last 8 months, we managed to upgrade the tool that now it's not a prototype, it's working tool which is currently used in particular in Germany. It's picking up in Slovenia and Italy. And we do have a big hope, to also include the companies and the clusters from France, Belgium, and the Holland. In addition to this, we are talking to several projects and to see, if there is a chance that the projects which might be your project, or I don't know which one, which is focused on the food and the circular economy in the food, can try and test the tool and help us to upgrade and tremendously accelerate the transformation to circular economy in Europe and hopefully also abroad.
Wonderful. That sounds very, very interesting what you're doing with 3 million companies using the tool. That's pretty phenomenal. But can you talk about the challenges and opportunities for the emerging economies in deploying technology? It sounds like you have something that's really, really precious and really, really important. What are the challenges that emerging economies face in adopting such tools?
Very good, but just to be very clear and to avoid misunderstanding, we do have 3 million companies in the platform. That this doesn't mean that they're using, that we are very precise, but we do have about 2,000 companies and about 60 clusters which are using the tool. What are the challenges? I would put this into the two contexts. One, for example, in African context, and the second one is really circular economy context, because it's also emerging economy. Even though that Europeans or developed world believe that circular economy is up and going, it's absolutely not up and going. Taking also the consideration, that every day 90% of bioresources, natural resources, are newly extracted from the earth. I think that this is quite a tremendous number, that we have to really think about. Taking into account that Europe, at least, we do have technologies that we can use, but the companies are actually not aware about this. And there is no particular initiatives, which support companies to start using new technologies, start using new processing, and moving towards the circular economy. So it's, even though that we are in Europe, in developed country, it is still very, very emerging industry. Taking into the consideration, for example, Africa, it's completely different context, where they do have the broadband access to internet absolutely exists almost all around Africa. However, it is a big digital divide, in understanding and digital skilling of the people, and the workers. And whenever any kind of digital tool to be implemented in the context of developing world and Africa in particular has to take into account what is possible and take into account the combination of still manually work or offline working, and then when it comes to the internet and to upload and everything into the online environment. So, but based on experience that we have, for example, in East Africa, Uganda, Kenya, Rwanda, for example, it's progressing very, very fast. It is very open communities, to implement and use the digital tools. It provide them, what's about the opportunity, it's provide them the options to, I would not say leapfrog, but they can really skip some of the phases that we went through in Europe, for example, and really start using most modern tools, which was developed in last 3 years, let's say in the COVID, and now even in the post-COVID time.
Wonderful. And do you think that emerging economies, especially ones that are supplying, let's say, the big food companies around the world, and there's much more consciousness around the ESG factors, environmental, social, and governance, and specifically around circular economy, do you think that the big companies play a role in getting the suppliers around the world onto tools like this?
Fantastic question. And probably, it's on the table all the time. Of course, the big companies are playing the major role, they do have very well established value chains and supply chains, they do have very well established, let's say, agreements with the cooperatives or the farmers. However, we have to take into account, and at least in Africa, the majority of farmers is actually small-scale farmers, and they are not part of this well-established value chains. And when it comes to the food and circular economy, there is tremendous opportunities, for African development, and really economic development, and also, opportunity for example, for Europe, to get access to the very super good, organic, healthy food, but the new value chains has to be established, which are majority, I would say, outside of the multinationals and big companies which are already present, invest in East Africa.
Gotcha. So if you were up in front of 50 startups, food startups in Africa, what kind of guidance would you give them?
This is also quite interesting question, because we do have also the startup company in Nairobi. So the guidance is, it's absolutely, you cannot do it without, to be really integrated in the local environment. Just be observer and saying, I do have technology which is super good, we develop it in Europe or United States, this will just not go. What you need is to really integration, to find a good team, excellent team, of the young entrepreneurs or a young let's say students who are finishing the schools, maybe even outside Africa, but they're returning back, and start working with them and put them into the core of the team. I think this is the main advice to everybody who will try to do something in digital tools in Africa.
That's a very important point, because I had some previous interviews and interviewees who said that there has been a significant brain drain out of Africa. And while some people do want to go back, they are challenged in a lot of African economies with having that high level skill and resource to be able to rely on. We have about a minute and a half left. So what is your guidance with regard to, now I don't want to give away any corporate secrets here, but how do you price solutions for emerging economies?
To what would be the price?
Yeah, how do you price? Yeah, do you do it based on like a monthly or a yearly basis? How do you approach that without giving away any of your secrets?
There's no secrets here, it's the pricing, of course, it is a challenge, and definitely, again, I would talk, to these new value chains which are in development now, not on multinationals. They do have completely their system, So the things is, that the companies who are willing to do, and who are willing to export or who are willing to develop the regional markets, once they will see that the value is coming to the company because of using tools, they're willing to pay, and they're paying. It might be, that a small issue, small, big, is that, there is a lot of donors who are supporting a specific parts of the value chain, but they do not support the whole value chain. And this probably at the moment provide quite a distortion to the market. So if there will be, any initiatives, to really focus and cover the whole value chains, I think that the impact on the emerging economies can be much, much better and more positive.
In 30 seconds, I want to give you the opportunity to make the value proposition pitch for your platform. What would that be?
This would be, it's that the platform allows you, to turn the waste into the income streams, and allows that you as a company develop the new circular business models and provide the impact for the company, for the profit, and also for the environment and society.
Wonderful. Folks, there you go. There you have it. All the way from Slovenia, Mateja Dermastia. If you want to get in touch with her company, her contact details are below the video. Mateja, thank you so much for spending 10 minutes with us this morning.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you.